Good afternoon. Debbie McKibben here, along with my colleagues Vanessa Cole and Peggy Jensen, and we're really excited to share with you Working Smarter with V Squared, the newest addition to the lineup, which is architects, engineers, and consultants. So in February, we launched the architects, engineers, and consultants on the online portal, and it will allow you to quote and issue policy in minutes. Today, we're going to cover a summary of how you'll benefit from using it, saving time and money for your business. We'll go through a step-by-step guide explaining how to navigate through the portal and get an A&E quote. And then at the end, we'll have a live Q&A answering any questions that you might have. So the benefits, very simply, are being simple, flexible, and fast. You can work remotely, you can manage your business anywhere, anytime. Anytime you're ready, we're ready. It's flexible. You can pick and choose from a range of coverage options to tailor a policy that's made to order. And fast. Make Victor your first stop. Get a quote in minutes and a pre-filled application that you can download, have the applicant sign, upload, and you're good to go. So the first screen in the portal is the dashboard, and it's a really handy way to kind of get at a glance what your work looks like and what process it's in. So at the top of the screen, you'll see all the different lines of business that are available in the portal. And to start a quote, you just select start a quote on any of the lines of business. You'll have a queue section here with accounts that you've just been recently working on. And then anything that you've worked on that it's currently in underwriting review is on the right side. At the bottom, you'll see there's a quick dashboard to show where your accounts are in the process. The next screen is my work, and that gives you a more detailed view on each and every account. You can filter by a variety of data elements. You can look by firm name. You can open each account, and you can either view it in a tile or row view like it's displayed here. So to start a quote, again, I mentioned you would say select a quote. And the first screen that pops up is the general information. I should start by saying that all of the information that we'll be going through in each of these screens is basically directly from the application that you've been using that we've had in place since 2019. So none of the questions should be a surprise. It's very intuitive, very easy to get through. You'll see a number of screens, but again, it's quite easy to get through. So the general information is going to be the basic information about the firm, their address, who's the contact, what effective date you're requesting, and then you would just hit continue. The next screen that pops up is going to be the firm type, service type. This is where you're going to select what their primary type of firm it is, and then depending on the selection, you'll get a drop-down list of services that are most popular for that type of firm. And as you enter information, you'll see a tally at the bottom as you enter information, so it's easy to keep track if you're getting close to 100%. I should mention also that with the new application, it's really important to be sure that you select all of the services that the firm's doing, especially those things like interior design, landscape architect, and studies, because we'll want to make sure that we get credit for those low risk type services. If you don't see the services shown above that the firm does, there is further down, show more services, and more services will pop up. And you always have the opportunity to enter other services and just specify. And here's that tally that I was saying will come up as you enter the services. After firm type and service, there's projects and clients, and those are really the same as the firm type, service type as far as how they're formatted. You would just enter the information and it'll tally up, and then you would hit continue. After that, you'll get right into the staff information, and it's basically the same outline that you're familiar with in the application. How many of different type of people are on staff: architects, landscape architects, staff, and so forth. And then the question about if there's any more than 50% of the staff have or are members of the AIA, to make sure to get that credit as well. The next screen is the financial information. This is where you're going to be entering the billings. So we're going to be looking at the last 12 months worth of billings, and then the next 12 months for projected. The next screen is the business information screen. These questions, again, are straight from the application, and these are the questions that will typically determine eligibility. They are all defaulted currently to no, and if you have any yes responses, you'll see a pop-up that will just basically ask for details on the specific situation. The next screen is risk management and loss prevention. Again, these questions are from the application, and you'll just be entering yes or no. They're not defaulted, so you do need to, go through each one to make sure that we're rating appropriately for the activities the firm is engaged in. Next screen is prior coverage. Does the firm currently carry coverage? And if so, you'll be entering the information on the prior carrier. If the firm has been with us in the last 5 years, and this allows for customers who have left and come back, they may be eligible for a returning credit. The next screen is the claims history screen. So if they've had any claims, you would indicate and enter the claim information. And then, of course, the question regarding if there's any knowledge of any circumstance that could be the basis for a claim. Okay, and then it takes us straight to the optional coverages. And we've designed the portal so that it will basically take the information from either the prior coverage or default, depending on the firm's billings, and determine what the appropriate or most popular limit of coverage is. And so this screen really is only showing you coverages that are optional and available to the client. So we have here our new defense outside the limit coverage. And then also if you needed specific additional limit endorsement or sale. At this point, once you hit continue, you'll see there's a waiting button. This is the screen that's just going to have a little bit of a delay because this is where the magic happens, and it's calling out to the rating engine to bring back that quote for you. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're looking at what previous coverage was to determine what we should offer on a quote, and it would also offer higher limits that may be available to the client, as well as the optional coverages. However, if the coverage they had before is not what they want now, you always have the ability here to select an additional limit or a different type of coverage, and you can make that selection here. Otherwise, this is where you would decide what you'd like to show on the quote letter that you present to the client. I'm sorry, the previous screen was showing you what quote options were available. This is actually the screen that says, okay, these are what I want to show on the quote document. So when you select what you want, at this time you'd be able to select the quote letter and the pre-filled application. Everything that we've entered so far will be pre-populated into a CNA application, so it's quick and easy for you to present to the client, have them sign it, return it, and can go ahead and issue the policy. Once you've decided, if the client's decided that yes, this is the policy they've been waiting all their life for, they want this, it's a great coverage, great price, you would simply select the payment plan. If installment plans are available, that'll display here. And just a quick question about, is the broker contact the same person that we would contact for any accounting issues? If not, you'd say no, and then you just provide us that information here. And then issue policy. Once you select this, the policy will go into the next status, which is issued, waiting for signature. So again, all your policy documents are available here. The quote letter that you're familiar with, the policy package that you're familiar with, the billing notice, and the application summary, which is the pre-populated application. So at this point, all you need to do is get that application signed, click upload document, and right here, upload document and add the file. You would drag it here. There's a drop down, it says application, and hit upload and you're done. The other part here is talking about the submit comments and questions at any point. If you have questions, you want a different type of coverage that's not shown, you would enter that here. And once you hit the comment button, it will be emailed to your underwriter. Wow, we went through that awfully fast. So I'm going to leave this open for questions. If anybody wants me to go back and take another look at something, I realize I did go through that pretty fast. Please enter into the chat function or the question and answer section, and we'll open it up at this point.
All right, Debbie, let's go ahead into the first question. Does C squared give me the same policy I've always received from Victor?
I can take that one. Hi, I'm sorry,
I was just
Debbie.
going to say that's a great question, and Peggy will take it.
Hi, I'm Peggy Jensen. I'm a senior underwriter for the Architects and Engineers program at Victor Insurance Managers. Yes, you will receive the same policy you would always receive from Victor. It's same A-rated admitted insurance policy. There's no changes. It's just now that you can do it online and enter it quickly and more efficiently. Next question.
Fantastic. All right, next question. Is there a screen that tells you who your underwriter will be?
Yes,
actually,
it will.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Deb.
No, go ahead.
There is a screen that tells. There is a screen that will tell you who your underwriter is, and if there is any issue or if the account is under underwriting review, it goes directly to your underwriter.
Yeah, I was just going to see if I could get back to that. It is actually in the navigate my work section. It will show who the underwriter is on that page.
Fantastic. All right, here's the next question. Is the portal limited to only certain risk classes or sizes of entity, or are you able to use the portal for all size risks?
The portal is open to all entities. All programs are in the portal except for our contractors. So all AE practice consultants, engineers, except for contractors. It is open to all sizes. There is a threshold as far as what we're considering no touch, meaning no underwriter intervention is required. And those are targeted at firms with $1 million or less in billings and coverages. And then there are a couple of other triggers regarding claims, no claim over 10,000 or no more than one claim in the last 5 years. So those would be submissions that could possibly, depending on all the other questions answered, could flow through completely. So you could issue the policy after you're entering in the information. Anything else would be referred to an underwriter, and our service level expectation is that those would be returned with the response within 24 hours. I should also add that it's really a good idea to get used to the portal as well, even for firms that are above that $1 million threshold, because it does a couple of things. One, it will allow, if it is a referral for some reason, it'll allow the underwriter to really focus and pinpoint directly what the issue is at hand that they need to review, so they can turn that referral back to you faster. And then two, we are in the middle of development for renewals to be in the portal. Right now it's limited to new business only, but as I said, we're in production and we expect to launch that, shortly, mid to long, short to midterm goal. And once we do that, the new business will already be there for the renewal, and it's going to be a much more efficient way to work.
Fantastic. Okay. Next question is, when does it make more sense to use the portal versus going to my underwriter directly?
I can take that one. It makes more sense to use the portal when you have those smaller, under $1 million risks that are pretty much standard, that don't have any special coverages, that don't need any special requirements or consideration. And then you can just enter them, and like Debbie said, you'll get the quote, and if the quote's accepted, you can issue it. And it's a lot more timely than if you have to go through your underwriter, have the app entered, when it is just a small vanilla type risk.
All right. Next question. What is in the consultants category?
Can you repeat that again, please?
Sure. The question was, what is in the consultants category?
So Peggy, you want to take that one? That's basically all of our miscellaneous type consultants.
You're talking about the construction consultants category. That's for you, those specialty niche guys. They may be an architect, but they don't do traditional architecture. They may only do lighting design. Or you have those people out there that might do nothing but construction management, or they may just do telecommunications consulting. They're kind of a specialty niche, and they would normally fit in what used to be called our miscellaneous program, and now it's called our construction consultant program.
And we also have the interior designers. They're in there, also drafters. They're in that category also.
Yeah, many times these are folks that are supporting the prime architect.
Yes,
the prime, exactly. So the idea is that we want to be able, and we are able, to ensure from the prime all the way down the levels of support that they may get from specialty sub-consultants. Peggy, where would they find a list of the consultants on the website? Peggy?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. You should be able to find that in our website. If you just go in and under the industry type, put in construction consultants, it brings up the web page, and it will have a list of eligible classes under the construction consultants.
Perfect.
All right. Now, can I do renewals in V-Squared?
Not yet, but we're working on it currently. So right now it's new business only, but renewals are soon to be coming.
Awesome. Now, if I have to update some information, how would I do that?
I can take this one. If you need to update information, you can make the edits in the general information section, or use the submit comments and questions section that Debbie noted earlier, and there you can put whatever you need to update.
All right. Now, do I have to use the pre-populated application generated by VSquared?
I can take this one. This is a feature that many brokers are most excited about. However, you're not required to use a pre-populated application. But just keep in mind that in order to finalize a policy issuance in the V-Square, you must upload the signed application or a supplemental application to the V-Square.
All right. So are loss runs required to submit an application in V-Squared?
I'll take that one. So the V-Square includes a question. Debbie showed that question on the, as you're entering the application questions. So it is included in the question for prior claims experience. So loss funds will only be required in certain situations. So AE, the insured that exceed a certain number of claims or firms with billings above set parameters.
All right. And when can I expect to receive a response on a submission that requires underwriter review?
I can take that one. We usually are striving for within a 24-hour time. Now, what I can tell you, just as a little hint, I mean, this is new to us too, and we are going in every day and looking to see what's in there that's been referred to underwriter. But if you do get one that's referred to the underwriter, it wouldn't hurt to just drop your underwriter an email, give them the portal ID number, and say, "Hey, this referred out. Can you take a look at it?" They'll see that email right away, and that could be the first thing they look at.
All right. Now, are there any kind of traction options available on these classes?
I'm sorry, I don't think I heard that question fully.
Sorry, Debbie. The question was, are there any kind of package options available for the classes of business?
Package options? No. It's really the coverage options are based on the prior insurance carrier limits, and that was determined so that we could do a best apples to apples. That was an intentional thing to do a best apples to apples comparison. But if you need anything different, you can hit that show additional options coverage question and hit the submit comments and questions and enter that in.
Awesome. Thanks, Debbie. Now, should I still submit applications into V-Squared if the billings are outside of underwriting parameters?
Sure. Having a submission entered through V-Square increases the efficiency, even for the submissions that require an underwriter review. So V-Square will identify the reason for the review and notify the underwriters. So this will allow the team to focus on the issue and respond faster. Additionally, having your complete book of business in one place will also improve your efficiency and policy management, especially when we are able to offer automatic renewals in V-Square. So so have your information, like Debbie said, we're looking at having the renewals put in later, hopefully later this year. So this helps to facilitate it even faster.
All right. And how do I upload a document?
To upload a document, you go to to upload documents, you go to a specific account and you use the upload document feature that's located on the right side of the page. And then you can just drag and drop it in and hit upload, and it will upload your document for you.
All right. And can I get a V-Squared demo for me and my team?
Absolutely. We'd be happy to do that. Just reach out to your regional sales contact, or any of us. We'll send out our information as well.
All right. Well, Debbie, it looks like we don't have any other questions to ask, so we can go ahead and end early and give everyone some time back in their day.
Who doesn't like that, right? Well, thank you all for joining. We really are excited about bringing this into production and available now for you to use. We really believe it's going to be a game changer as far as improving and increasing efficiency and letting you control the book that you have with us and being able to see where it is in the progress, and renewals coming online shortly. So we're very exciting times here at Victor. Thanks, everybody.